All right, let's dive into a topic that is, super important, but one we all tend to push to the bottom of the to-do list, getting your essential documents in order. Now, this isn't just about boring paperwork. It's really about creating the ultimate gift for your family, a clear roadmap that gives everyone, and especially you, total peace of mind. Just take a second and really think about this. It's a heavy question, I know, but it's the absolute core of why we're talking about this today. If something totally unexpected happened, who would make your most crucial decisions? And maybe more importantly, would they have any idea what you actually wanted? We're going to build the solution to that problem right here, right now. So, first things first, let's talk about the documents that protect you while you're still alive, specifically for those times when you might be unable to communicate. You got to think of these as your legal voice when you can't speak for yourself, making sure your choices are always respected. I mean, just imagine this for a second. You're in an accident and you're out of commission for a few months. But guess what? Your mortgage is still due, the bills keep coming, and your entire financial life just keeps on moving. Without a plan, your accounts could be totally frozen, creating a massive nightmare for your family. So who steps in? Well, the answer is something called a durable power of attorney for finances. This document lets you pick a person you trust, your financial co-pilot, if you will, to manage your money, pay your bills, and handle legal stuff if you can't. They can step right in and steer the financial ship, following the exact directions you've already laid out. Okay, so finances are one huge piece of the puzzle. But what about your health? I mean, this is arguably even more personal, even more critical. Who do you trust to make potentially life or death medical decisions for you? For that, you need what's called a healthcare power of attorney. It's a completely separate document that lets you name your healthcare agent. This is the one person you trust, above all, to talk to doctors and make medical choices for you, all guided by your own values and wishes. But how does your agent know what to say? Well, you don't leave them guessing. You support them with two other key documents. First up, a living will. This spells out your specific wishes on things like end-of-life care. And second, a HIPAA authorization. Think of this as the legal key that unlocks your medical information, allowing doctors to share it with your agent so they can make truly informed decisions on your behalf. So, we've covered how to protect yourself while you're alive. That's huge. Now, let's shift gears to the second key area, securing your legacy and your assets. This is all about making sure everything you've worked for, your home, your savings, is protected and passed on after you're gone. So when it comes to deciding who gets what, there are really two main players in the game. The classic last will and testament and something called a revocable living trust. Now they both have the same goal, distributing your property, but man, they work in very different ways. And this comparison is so important. A will is like a rule book that only kicks in after you pass away, and it almost always has to go through something called probate. That's a public court process that can be really long and super expensive. A trust, on the other hand, is active the second you create it. And here's the crucial difference. A trust can often help your family avoid that whole probate court mess entirely, which saves them time, money, and keeps your family's business private. Now, when it comes to real estate, we're talking your house, land, that kind of thing. The real key to transferring ownership is the deed. There are all different kinds, like a ladybird deed or a quitclaim deed, and they each do specific things. This is one of those areas where working with a pro is absolutely crucial to make sure the property transfers exactly the way you want it to. Okay, creating all these legal documents, that is a huge step. But here's the thing, those documents are pretty much useless if nobody can find anything. And that brings us to our third part, the information map. This is the practical, hands-on guide your family is going to need to actually manage everything. I just love this analogy. Your will or your trust, that's the plan. It says, my daughter gets my retirement account. Simple enough, right? But the actual account statements, the login info, the contact person, that's the map she needs to actually find it and access it. Without the map, the plan is just, well, it's a lot harder to follow. So here it is, your action plan, a simple 4-step info audit. 1, gather your financials. We're talking bank accounts, retirement accounts, investments. 2, locate every single insurance policy. 3, find all the physical property documents like deeds and car titles. And 4, and this one is so important today, list your digital assets. Think online accounts, passwords, even digital subscriptions. This is the practical stuff that makes your legal plan actually work. Whew. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground, from protecting yourself to protecting your legacy. So let's bring it all together and talk about The very first step you can take to move from just having this information swirling in your head to having real, genuine peace of mind. Here it is, the big picture, all-in-one toolkit. First, you protect yourself with powers of attorney and healthcare directives. Second, you protect your legacy with things like a will, a trust, and deeds. And third, you provide the map with all those financial records and asset info. See, these 3 pillars, they form a complete, solid plan. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't some morbid task you have to get through. It is a profound act of love. You're giving your family clarity when they need it most, saving them from so much stress and confusion. And this is also where you can include your final wishes, so they know exactly how you want to be honored. It is truly the greatest gift you can possibly give them. So what's next? Look, you don't have to have all the answers right this second. The very first step can be as simple as just having a conversation. Are you going to talk to your spouse, your kids, or maybe a professional who can help you put all these pieces together? Your journey to peace of mind, it really does start with that one simple step.